This was a really strange ride. It started out totally normal, as you'll see. We're just heading down the path the trail we usually use to get to the trails we want to ride, depending which way we're going to go. I don't even remember this day where we were going to go. Mike's leading. That pretty much tells us we weren't sure where we were going to go because he will just pick his path as it comes along. Usually doesn't have a set plan. So here we go. Mike's out front. DRZ's in the middle as usual. I'm pulling it back from the rear, trying to keep in touch. For late September, it was a really nice day. Sunny, not super hot, but probably about 80. So, just a great day to be out. Let's go ride. Just kind of cruising along, getting loose. Because usually I expect it to get harder rather than easier when I'm riding with these guys especially. I was really glad DRZ was with us this time, because last time me and Mike went out we saw some wild nature stuff, and we always need the farm boy with us to break down what's going on. So last time Mike and I were riding, we went the other way down the power lines. As soon as we got to the turn into the power lines, it was a giant turkey vulture, I think. Mike actually knew what it was, but it was a giant bird sitting right on the trail, a fence post. When it took off right in front of him, because he was in front. And I'm telling you, this thing was as wide as his bike when it was flapping its wings. And as we came along, couldn't have gone maybe 150 yards, I don't know, down the power line. All of a sudden, both see this at the same time. I thought it was like a little bear or something. I had no clue what it was, but this four-legged, I thought it was black. Mike thinks it's gray, so there you go. Crosses the path, and we both stop and go, what in the world was that? And we watched, and it came back across the path, turned around it went back and forth across the path. No joke, probably 4 or 5 times. Mike swears it was a fox. I believe him. I thought it was bigger than a fox, but maybe it was a fox. It didn't matter, but I know this: if we had DRZ Farm Boy Hunter #1 with us, he would have broke it down. So. A little ticked off that he wasn't with us. I don't remember why he bailed out, but he had some excuse. Maybe he was out of town or something. So, anyway, he's with us today, which is great because I know there'll be some wilderness adventure going on. So we're heading down, and this particular trail leads to a reservoir, which is pretty much a jumping off point to a bunch of other trails. So we're just getting our way down here to determine which way we're going to go, left, right, whatever. There's sand pits down here. There's motocross style tracks, and then there's just some really good woods riding as well, so I wasn't sure where we were going to go. Matter of fact, I think Mike and DRZ have done the whole loop, and it's about 50 to 60 miles, I believe, if you do the whole loop in one day, or this one particular loop. So I wasn't sure if that's what we were going to try to do, or just ride till we feel like riding anymore or whatever. Matter of fact, last time we went out this way, we ended up, really, if you watched the last video, running into some lady with a horse who just giving us what for to get out of her farm. Who knew? Yeah, it was pretty funny if I remember right now. She had a lady on the phone who I think owned the farm who said she was going to get a gun if we didn't get out of there right away. A little extreme, don't you think? Man, looks like I'm struggling. I don't remember this part so well, to be honest with you. This can be tricky at times for me. It's pretty steep, it's rocky, and even though I've been on it, I don't know how many times, I just don't ever seem to flow like I probably should. Look how great this woods is. I mean, I'm looking at it on the video. I noticed the camera's tilted a little high, so the sun's kind of peeking in once in a while. I didn't have a chance really to set it up, check what the angle was. It's a camera I don't usually use, but the other one just wasn't working right, so I probably should have tilted it a little further down. It seems like the sun peeks in and it kind of washes out, but for what it's worth, I mean, you look and it's got really... We're just blessed to have some really good woods real close to where we need to be that hooks up to all kinds of different trails. This is our new hard left to avoid a real rocky section, which is a really good thing for me. It's the rocky section, yeah. Can I do it? Yeah. Does it wear me out? Oh yeah. So we loop around it now. I don't know who cut this in because I don't think it was us. So obviously there's a fair amount of people in here now and again. Picking back up on the main trail now, heading back down the stairs. Typical Connecticut, you know, nothing but hills. I think we're heading down pretty close to the reservoir, and this is when the ride gets a little weird. As we pull up, I see DRZ coming up here in a little bit, sitting in the middle of the trail. I thought maybe he was waiting for me because I had fallen behind. But as it turns out, off to the right, he had noticed that Mike had cut off the trail, and you'll see we look to the right, and there's a couple of guys with quads over on the right, which is not where we go. There's the water. We're crossing over a little bit of the reservoir here. If you look to the left or right, so you know it's pretty wet. Now it has been real dry this summer, so maybe that's why they decided to go in. See, there he is, stopping. I thought he was waiting on me, and he's looking hard to the right. Now I didn't have any idea what he saw. It's pretty amazing to me. This is definitely their ability to see everything. I only tend to see straight ahead. And see the little bit of water there? He's looking to right. I'm like, what? What are you seeing? And then when I looked over his shoulder, I could see it as well, that there was two guys with two quads. They appeared to be either stopped or stuck. We didn't know. Mike had already headed over there. So I think DRZ is trying to figure out, do we need to go over there? Or is Mike coming to come back after we talk to him and just move on? But in general, when we, and hopefully this is true of everybody in the woods, when you see somebody you think might be having an issue, man, you've got to stop and at least check it out and give them, make sure they're good, because you're pretty far out in these places. They're pretty remote, even though, okay, it's only maybe 5 miles, 4 or 5 miles, maybe a little more off of the main road. But, 5 miles deep into the woods, there's not a lot of people around. So he starts working his way over there. There's no trail, I don't think. I'm looking at it. We're just like picking our way through, trying to get over. Yeah, I'm not picking my way as well as he did, obviously. Smacking trees. But we're working our way over to the, I don't know what to call it, mud pit, whatever they thought it was. And you'll see when we turn, yeah, here we go. We're starting to pull in. See, it's just a big open marsh that the ATV guys thought, wow, this would be a great place to go and
Mike. He goes right
do that ATV thing. They seem to always love mud. So we get off, and that's Mike in the red. He's already deep into the mud. He owns a quad, so maybe he thought, you know what, I know how to get it out of here. So we're walking up, taking a look around, and as it turns out, you're going to see the young guy with the light brown shirt. I had crossed, he had an old Yamaha two-stroke. I mean, it had to be from the 80s. And I had crossed his path on the trail up ahead, and we stopped and talked. So he recognized me quicker than I recognized him. But as soon as he talked to him, I was like, oh, yeah, man, I do remember you. And he said he sold his Yamaha and bought the quad in the front here. And his buddy had the quad in the back. If you look at the quad in the back, and look how deep Mike is in the mud, you know that they got a real problem.
But still, even without four-wheel drive, it's
So
better
we're like,
than nothing.
okay, let's try to figure out how to
But if we
get
push this one and pull
that quad out of that deep mud. He told me they had been working on it. He said 3 hours. We always exaggerate, so I get it. But I bet they were there for an hour trying to get that thing out. They were dehydrated. Luckily, we had some water and Gatorade or whatever, but they were in it deep, and they were not getting that thing out of there. So Mike and Dennis jumped right in.
I'm not going in.
I'm not going in. First thing I said is, I'm not going in there. I'll do what I can from out here, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. You got to use this for what it's worth.
That stuff just wears me out, and I'm like, I'm not going in. So here we are. Here they are. Look how deep this mud is that they sunk this thing in. And to be honest with you, I'm no quad guy, but I'm thinking this is not going to be easy. So we're trying to figure out,
the strap from our bike?
Bantering ideas around.
Our toe strap?
I'm like, hey, do you want to flip it up on the side, or tow it out with this one, or whatever? Look at Mike, he can't even walk. Later on, he got so, it was so deep that he couldn't pull his foot out of the mud. It was like quicksand. And so it tends to start going downhill here. Look at these guys. They're like, oh no. Look how deep it is in the mud. Look at his pants. Not on the right, on the left. It's like over his knees. And that was his quad stuck deep in the mud. And here we go, try to figure something out. Really, it was Mike and DRZ at this point. I'm done. I'm just like throwing ideas out.
We don't want to get pinched either.
Maybe someone could come up with something. We had a tow rope. We're like, oh, yeah, Mike's
got to back this.
Like, maybe this, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe we can tow it out of there.
And then I think we just push
As
this.
you'll see, I'm just going to let it play here because there's not much to say.
I mean,
you'll see how it goes.
It should have the same effect as pushing that, right? D, you're the tractor farmer.
Yeah, DRZ's, he's the farmer, the bachelor
figure,
tractor boy here could probably figure it out.
Push from up here. Mike, you drive. You drive. Yeah. No. And guess what? I don't think I want to be a part of it either. Mike, can you reach him? No, I think it can reach. Oh, look at that.
Let's put some shit under where your tires are going to be first. Josh, see what we bought just like over that rock right there? Let's see if we can pick it up.
Look at Mike. You cannot even walk. It's so thick and heavy.
Good? I think we just push this thing and use it to taw that out of there. Yeah, well. Yeah, I see it. I don't know. You gonna put that in front of us? Good? Yeah. Okay. So someone gonna drive that one?
I'm gonna stay on the side and fucking.
Yeah, but it's got 4-wheel drive. Don't you think it will help some to have someone driving it while we're pushing this one? No, no good. Okay, I'm up for whatever. You probably should drive. Let's see what happens with us pushing it.
To really complicate things.
Yeah, but if we'll push it
quad
at
in
the
the
same
front.
time to give it more.
Had a winch,
Oh, that was
which
you guys
probably
doing?
would have made all the difference
You
in
drive
this.
it, Steve. I've never
But
drove
the
one.
battery was dead on his
You're a
quad,
tractor guy at least, though.
so you couldn't use the winch, which I'm like,
I'll move the bike.
dude, what are you doing? So that was just made matters worse. It was like they just came out and started winging it, thinking probably, oh, we'll never get that stuck. Well, here you are.
Dude, this is harder than I should make it.
It's so thick and stuff that even just moving this bike is like work. No place to put the kickstand down. As soon as you do, it just sinks into the mud and starts dropping the bike. I'm like, oh man, it's starting to get hot. That's not working. I'm about ready to put this thing on the ground, no kidding. Finally.
Didn't move it? Whew. Yeah, I think so. Check. Has it got a red light on? Ready? Oh, this is slick.
Right about this time, I'm realizing, you know what? Quads are not for me.
Go ahead, you're getting it. I think it moved a little. Yeah. Ready? Go. Go.
Watch the back wheels on the front. He just gets from bad to
It's moving it!
Look at that. Look at those tires. Almost over the top. We haven't moved it hardly at
We
all.
moved it, for what it's
I
worth.
thought we were
You're
starting
wearing
to
it.
move it. Instead, we just sunk the front one down. Just crazy.
Oh, that's gross, huh?
Now you got the front and the rear wheels down in this just muck.
Now he's stuck.
Going nowhere fast. Might try and
No, you're making it worse. You're making it worse.
Along the way. Nothing.
It's making it worse anyway.
Not good.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it though.
I think they snapped the tow lines or something. Now the kid can't find the tow line off of the front of it. So it's just getting worse.
Can you stand it up on its end? Yeah, rear up, spin it around, drop it. I didn't know. It's the only thing I can think of.
Look at this mud.
Oh man, look at this, what he's walking through. It's like quicksand, dude.
I would think a general rule is if you can't walk on it, you probably can't ride on it.
I would try to pull the front up, D.
Every step is like
And just spin it on its axis once you get it in the air. No, that's a bad idea. Oh. That's what I was thinking, Mike. See if you can pull that front end out of there.
His front wheels are completely buried now. I don't know what these things weigh, you know, but that's right. We're going to stand it up. I was saying flip it over, but I guess that's not
I say
possible.
cartwheel that thing right
So
over.
they're trying to stand it up, I think, to rotate the back end possibly. Just try. I don't know what it weighs, but man, it was brutal. It took a lot of effort just to do that. And I think the plan was to, I was just like flip it over, but that's, I guess, not.
You don't think you should
smart.
just cartwheel it right over?
That's just what it looked like where I was standing. Like maybe if you flipped it over, you could flip it over a couple times and basically cartwheel it out of there. But no. So see what they're trying to do is put it on its top on the front.
You don't want to cartwheel that right
spin
over?
it kind of
on its...
to my left, camera left.
You can't? Oh, okay.
And rotate it out of there somehow. And by now, man, it's look at the sky. It's hot. It's sunny. And look at that's not going to happen apparently. So we're quickly running out of options here. I remember now. DRZ's the ground was harder where he was. See where he is over here on the left. So thought was, well, maybe we can bring the quad over there and pull it because it won't have sturdier,
very
firmer ground. Look at the bone in the back. It's brutal. It's like 3 feet deep. Look at this kid walking on it. It's like, oh, that's crazy. But as it turns out, can't get the front quad out now. That one's locked in the mud.
You stuck? Jeez.
I think this is where Mike gets stuck. Look at him. He can't get his feet out. It's so deep in the back there that he literally can't get he can't pull his legs out to get out of the mud. He's stuck. Yeah, so this is where now the front quad is completely buried in the mud. You can't move that one. As I said, going from bad to worse here. DRZ knows to put rocks and stuff in it to try to, you know, give it some firmness. Look at this. Look how heavy this thing is. I mean, he's a big, strong guy, and he's like, oh my God. It's like, I don't think so. Rock longest thing to get it to move, but it's not going anywhere.
The front end's not moving at all, man. You better try to back
So
it
now
up.
they're both locked in.
Back. Mike, you still trying to get out of there? What's this thing, this tow thing here, man? Yeah, but okay. Yeah. I'm about done with this project. I don't think we're gonna be the answer to that for these guys.
I got Gatorade. Huh? Yeah, but probably better for the weather. Oh, my. That's better. Oh, you don't want to get the ugly. I think the best we could do for him is put one of them on the back of our bike and get him.
Well, that's all I taped of it because it just continues on. Basically, what happened in the end is we just got the front quad free. I say we, I didn't have anything to do with it. They got the front quad free. And we told them, as it turned out, the kid could charge the battery and get the winch to work. So we just kind of said, okay, we've done all we can do. Probably you saw how long we spent messing with it. We weren't helping much. We got the front quad out after who knows how long. And we said, you know what, go home, charge that. You're going to need a winch. You're going to need something more than what we're doing now. Get all your friends, whatever you need to do. And wished them well. So you saw we gave them some drinks, you know, trying to get them healthy, and we headed back down the path. And I thought, okay, you know, that was interesting. It just confirms to me that I'm not a quad guy. I've seen them stuck too many times. It just doesn't appeal to me. The thought of trying to pull that big heavy machine out of the woods or the the mud just is like, no. Now, I've seen Mike ride it. Matter of fact, I think I have a video with him up here where he, on YouTube, where he rode it. And he, I know it can be done if you know what you're doing. And that's great. But I'd be more like those guys right there, not knowing what I'm doing, and end up being stuck and just having, a nasty time trying to get it out of there. Because if you had to walk out of those woods back to where we started, I mean, that's a 5 to 6 mile walk, through the woods, uphill. That, with the big heavy boots on, that doesn't sound like a good time. Could you do it? Yeah. Do you want to do it? No. So I think what happened here is I knocked the camera out of left to right, so it's tilted the wrong way. So I hope you're enjoying the look at the woods here, because you're not seeing the trail. And that comes into play in a little bit because I don't know it, so I'm just riding along. I think it's all set, and we're just riding along, trying to get through to the next section where we're going to cross the road and head into the woods that takes us to the motocross sand pits and all that stuff. And so that's what we're doing here. We're coming down. As a matter of fact, there's the road there. And what happens is that as soon as we cross this road here, we stop. Mike notices the camera's crooked, and he goes to fix the camera, and Dennis, DRZ, is right next to me, and he notices his bike is just spinning.